What's up YouTube? For today's video, we have a full health dependent Pokemon moves team. So this is quite an interesting topic. There are some Pokemon out there in the world of Pokemon that actually are dependent on having their health high for certain moves to do more base power, or low for their moves to do certain base power, and also depending on the opponent's health. Now it poses the question, if you could choose a move depending on a Pokemon's health, what would it be? Leave a comment below in the comment section. Make sure you've hit that subscribe button, people, and make sure you've ding-a-ling that bell and have all the notifications enabled, because if you miss the salt, it's simply not my fault. Now that is the Twitch there. Make sure you follow that one too. We do all the streaming there. Thank you to all the support we've had there so far. And let's get into the video. We've got two battles today. This one was against Mr. Guzzlord on my Discord. And yeah, we got a Incineroar lead, and I've got Tangela. This is the best, greatest matchup in the world, guys. You know, I just looked at the team preview and thought, this is the Pokemon I have to start with. You'll probably see why that's funny in a bit. So we got Intimidate on my Tangela here, and we got the Flare Blitz coming from the Incineroar. Now this Tangela wasn't very bulky at all, so yeah, that's that's all I can show off for this battle. I'm sorry, Tangela, you'll come back in the next battle. I'll use a Max Revive on you. Right, the next Pokemon we've got to swap out into Incineroar is the Licky. Now this Licky set was pretty interesting. It's got one of my favorite kind of health dependent moves, and that is Ring Out. Now Ring Out is a normal special move, and it's got basically it relies on the opponent's health. So the more health the opponent has, right, the more powerful Ring Out will be. However, there's a flip side to that. As you do more damage to them, Ring Out actually gets really weak. So if they got a low amount of health, it'll do less damage. If they got more, it'll do more damage. So if you can think about that like in a battle situation, bulky Pokemon are actually really good against this team. Well, against a lot of these strategies. So I really had a lot of struggles with them. Now, to get around that, I go at normal MZ, so I could at least just go for a normal attack there that didn't rely on the opponent's health. But that was pretty much it. That was the only way I could get around it. And they had a berry to get around it too. So now we've got a special Incineroar coming in. So as you can see, they've got a full Incineroar team. And yeah, we're going to go for a Toxic here. So all my attacking moves were health dependence moves. So on this Licky, we've got max health and max special attack, modest nature. We got Ring Out, Toxic, Sleep, and Rest Talk. Did I just say Sleep and Rest Talk? I mean Rest and Sleep Talk. That better be a top comment, or something's gonna be wrong if that's not the top comment. Anyway, there could be, I could say something else dumb. Don't worry, just wait, all right? Something amazing else could happen. So we got the Incineroar. It's gonna get hit by the Ring Out and the Toxic again. It's gonna go down pretty soon. I can go for a rest here just to stall out. I don't really want to lose my Licky this early on in the game. I lost my Tangela, and that was quite a good Pokemon at getting the opponent into low health. So going for a rest here. Incineroar, I know, can definitely not take me out in one shot. And it's definitely going to go down to the Toxic. So Licky's going to get all its health back, which is nice. I had a couple of rest Pokemon on this team. All right, so all of them name like different things. So this is Tigger. Is that like from Winnie the Pooh? I'm not sure. Like, do you guys remember Winnie the Pooh? Like the bear and the honey pot, and I can't. That's all I can. Yeah, that's all I can remember about that show. So you guys remember that one? So anyway, we got the rest here, and it's going to fail against Tigger, but Tigger's going to steal Pooh's honey, and he's going to faint. So we still got 5 more Incineroar to deal with, but I'm asleep at the moment, so I've got to be able to get at least one Ring Out up before I die. So in comes John Incineroar. I can't really see a sprite on the other side of the field, but I know that it's there, right? Kath did the editing for this, and she's put the Incineroar on the side. So I know it's there, but I can't see it, right? So we're going to go for the rest Sleep Talk here, and we get Ring Out, which is great. I didn't get rest once, and man, this tanks it really, really well there. I can't see the health bar, but I know that it tanked it right, okay? So we're going to go a Flare Blitz here from the Incineroar, and guess what, guys? Licky actually tanks that on 3 health. So this is clearly a Incineroar that is very, very bulky. Everything is invested. I'd say it's all invested in like health, defense, or special defense, or it's got like an assault vest attached to it. So going for the poison here on the Incineroar. I know Ring Out will do nothing now because I've done damage to it. It's going to go for a U-turn. So they actually trolled me there. They didn't go down to the Toxic, and that is going to take out my Licky. But I still have 4 Pokemon remaining, and the best ones are yet to come. So we got the Shiny Incineroar coming. I actually really like Shiny Incineroar. It looks pretty cool. So now we're going to go into Torkoal. So as you guys know, Torkoal is a pretty cool Pokemon, and it gets the move Eruption. So Eruption is a special attacking move with 150 base power, right? And it actually involves you having more health to do more damage. So the less health you got, the less damage you're going to do. So we really want to keep our Torkoal in high health there. Really, all I can do to Incineroar is go for the Eruption, and this is going to go for a Fire Blast. So we actually didn't have a lot of moves to hit each other with at the moment. We're both fire types, and kind of makes sense. The other moves that got on this are Rest, Amnesia, and Sleep Talk too. So I was trying to make this a very bulky set so I wouldn't take a lot of damage. Then I could power up some really, get some really powerful eruptions off. This is max health and max special attack as well. We got the ability as Shell Armor. I thought about going for Drought, but I didn't really want to. And the item was leftovers. So Shell Armor, so I couldn't get credit. Alright, so my Torkoal's got to go down. And now we're going to go into the big Doduo. Now, Doduo is a pretty good Pokemon on my team. This is a Flail set. So as you guys know, with the move Flail, right, the lower the health you're on, the more powerful Flail is. So if you got high health, it's got to do monkeys. If you got it low health, it's got to do a truckload of damage. All right, so I'm going to go down all the way to my Focus Ash. We got Agility, Flail, Protect, and Sword Dance. Now, I've got Protect on this set in case we got any Fake Out uses. It's actually pretty handy against that. Now, I gave it the ability Early Bird so I could swap it into like a Spore or something and wake up like real quick. And the item was Focus Ash, as you guys just seen. So my Spidey singers were like tingling a little bit. I was thinking, should I go for Protector? I decided to go for Flail against John Incineroar because I thought it was Assault Vested, and that is going to be enough to tank it out. So we're flailing at the moment with our Doduo, and now we got that's the 5th Incineroar. No, it's the first one. I'm sorry, it's taking a little bit of damage. Sometimes it's hard to narrate a battle when you've got all the Incineroars or the same Pokemon with different like nicknames and stuff. So we're just gonna go for a Crunch, and outspeeds me. Damn, it outsped me. Damn, son, that's a speedy Incineroar. So now we're gonna go into the big boy. Regigigas has a pretty cool move. It's actually called Crush Grip. Now, Crush Grip is really cool too. So this is same as Ring Up. So the more HP the target or opponent has, the more damage it will do. So exactly the same to Ring Out, of course, but is a physical type move. So this was a pretty cool set. We got Crush Grip, Thunder Wave, Confuse Ray, and Foresight. We got max attack and max speed. So as you guys know, Regigigas has slow start. So what you do, right, is you Thunder Wave them and then you Confuse Ray that. And that sort of stalls it out a little bit. So you got to try and get those 5 turns worth of scum. And then you can fire off some pretty powerful Crush Grips. And if you don't take the opponent out in one hit, well, you're going to have a really fun time trying to take that last quarter of damage because it goes really, really slow, like even with the Regigigas monster attack. All right, so Incinebabe's going to come out. I like that name, Incinebabe. I'm going to go for that little Crush Grip on the Incinebabe. Man, that would actually hurt. Can you imagine Regigigas' big white hand grabbing your head and just crushing it? Man, that's savage. Anyway, so speaking of savage, we got a Z move, and Regigigas is actually a pretty bulky Pokemon in itself, but I knew this would take like a lot of damage. Now, the Regigigas was probably, I'd say, looking at my team, Regigigas and, well, that's probably the best. I'd say Regigigas and Doduo were and my other Pokemon, Blastoise, were the 3 best Pokemon on my team. So that does, nearly takes me out, does a little bit over 3-quarter damage. I got that Iapa Berry popping in right real quick. I can go for a Crush Grip again on the Incineroar. It's not really doing a lot of damage. I'm kind of like hoping they'll hit themselves in confusion and not attack. And they're going to go for a Low Kick. Man, Low Kick just destroys my Regigigas. Damn, so that's down. I've only got 1 more Pokemon left. I've got to get back into this game. And we got the big bustling Blastoise. So Blastoise has got Water Spout, Rest, Sleep Talk, and Brine. So this is a pretty interesting combo, right? So say when you use Blastoise, you use Water Spout, right? And you take a Pokemon out like that Incineroar, but then you've got a faster Pokemon that comes in, right, and powers down your Water Spout. I was thinking if you don't take them out in one shot, and they're below half health, and then you can go for Brine, right? So Brine will be like, gets a power boost. So if the target's HP is less or half or less, this attack will hit with double power. So you can make use of the Water Spout not hitting as hard or on the second go or taking damage. So it actually works pretty well. And then you can use Rest to rest all your health up and try and take the opponent out. So Water Spout fails to take me out there, and we had a crit and a defense drop there. Maybe they'll think I was going to go for Aqua Jet, so they went for a swap. I'm not really sure. We got another Intimidate on Blastoise. I just went for a Rest here, so I've got all my health back, which is good. Now the problem is, can I get Water Spout at full health, or am I going to get Brine? So Brine's good when they're half or less. It works really nicely with Water Spout. Brine's a move you never ever see being used ever, so I was really like hyped to use. This is probably one of my favorite sets out of this team, actually, this Blastoise. So now we're going to go for a Rest, Sleep Talk there, and we got Water Spout on the first go. Look at that, guys. Look at that big Water Spout. Thick Incineroar, lose. Man, that double C thick, that double C on the thick, it's going to do a little spanking, and it knocks off my focus band. That was the scum of the earth item I put on my Blastoise, people. I was sort of like low-key hoping I could get, you know, focus band kicks in and then get a water spout with 1 health. Anyway, so going for that sleep talk, guys, hoping I can get the brine on the Incineroar, and I get the classic Pimpnite rest. And that's it for today's battle, people. Incineroar's going to give me another spanking, and that is the first battle. Man, I can't believe that. Like, I got critted and then a defense drop. Like, that actually, like, legitimately lost me the game. All right, the next battle we have is on my Discord. This one's against a Piccoloma, and we got a Quagsire lead. Right, so Tangler actually gets to do something this battle, guys. Hooray! So we're going to lead with Tangler again. Now, this Tangler set, by all means, definitely wasn't good, but it was quite fun to use. So we got Endeavor, Substitute, Sunny Day, and Flail. So we're trying to work on Endeavor and Flail to get the opponent down to low health. We got the ability as Chlorophyll as well, so we can go for the Sunny Day, double our speed, which is really handy. And we got the Lychee Berry as the item too. So Quagsire, I actually thought Quagsire might swap because, like, real talk, an Absorb from Tangela would just body Quagsire. Now we got the Rapidash coming in. I'm going to get that Substitute up, which is really important. So Rapidash is quite a scary Pokemon, and the Sun is up as well. So good thing the Sun's up because I'm able to actually outspeed it. I don't want to reveal that I've got Endeavor right at the moment, so I'm just going to go for a weak Flail. Obviously, with Flail, the more health you got, the worse it's going to do. However, with Endeavor, Endeavor's quite an interesting move because that's very health dependent too. So basically this attack cuts down the target's HP equal to the user. So say you got 69 health, right? It's going to pluck a random number out the woodwork. Say you got 69 health, then go for Endeavor. You put the opponent on the same amount of health, so they'll have 69 as well. So 2 Pokemon on the field will have 69 health, for example. All right, so this Rapidash is breaking my sub continually. The Sun is actually going to wear off in 1 turn, so I've got no choice but to go for the Endeavor and try and put Rapidash in range. I'm actually setting myself up here for another Pokemon. So I'm going to hit by the Poison Jab. They're definitely not going to go for the Flea Blitz because they don't want to use any like recoil damage, which is fine. The Sun does fade, which is good too. So now we're going to go into the Dodo. So I'm thinking, I reckon they'll probably go for Flare Blitz this turn because they're on a little bit of health. They got nothing to lose, and that is exactly what they're going to do. So my item on the Dodo, as you guys know, is the Focus Sash. So Rapidash is a really fast Pokemon, right? I was hoping the Recoil would actually take it out, but it just quite didn't. Just in case it didn't, I went for the Agility, right? So we got the Agility up. This is max attack and a max speed Dodo. So we got on this one, Jolly Nature. We got to, you really got to make sure you're fast. And Flail with the Sword Dance is really, really powerful too. So Rapidash is going to get outsped, and that is going to go down. So Lopunny is going to come out. You know, my Spidey senses, they're smelling scum. So I'm going to go for Protect. I'm thinking, this is going to go bam. It's fake me out, right? But guess what, people? I got the Protect up, and it's going to fail. As you guys know, you can't use Fake Out 2 turns in a row because it only works on the first. So I actually counter the Lopunny there, and Lopunny goes down in one shot. Man, Dodo. This is the big Dodo, people. The big Dodo. Alright, so the next Pokemon we got is the Quagsire. Now, it's a little bit worried about this because Quagsire is a fairly bulky Pokemon. I don't have a Sword Dance up. I would have loved to get one off, so I've got no choice. Let's go for Flat. Just some thumping damage, almost taking it out. But unfortunately, Quagsire is going to stop my sweep short. We almost had a Friday video there, people. Almost. I think I've done a Dodo sweep already. I'm not sure. So we got a little bit leftover recovery on the Quagsire, but that was really good. Like, Dodo really did some solid work there, getting rid of two, like Rapidash and Lopunny. Some really good Pokemon it got rid of. So into the Licky here, I don't want to risk and go for a weak Ring Up, Ring Out. Not Ring Up, Ring Out. Damn, what would Ring Up be like? I'm actually trying to think what Ring Up would be. Like, you get some rings right and you hang the Pokemon up. Anyway, so I'm going to go for the Brainnet Blitz Ring Out, a Ring Up. I'm going to call it Ring Up from now on. And I didn't want to go for that Ring Up because if Quagsire went for a Recover, right, it would just like stall me out all day. And if my Z-move could one-shot it when it got back to full health or Recover, I would be in the doo-doo. So we got 3 Pokemon down. This battle is going swimmingly at the moment. And we got the Absol coming out. Now, I love Shiny Absol. Looks really, really cool. So it's going to put a little bit of pressure on me. I'm a little bit worried about Superpower, but I don't want to swap. And Absol is going to go for that Superpower, and it's going to hit my Licky right on the Wi-Fi signal. And Telstra disconnected again. We've got 3 more Pokemon remaining. Now, the good thing about after they use Superpower, right, their attack and defense fall. So it's not going to be as much of a threat. Usually, a lot of the time, it'll be a swap, right? So that's quite good. So now we've got Torkoal coming out. I thought I'd get a nice, easy swap here. And guess what, guys? We got Ross coming in, which is the Ampharos. And Ampharos is a very bulky Pokemon, right? So I was very happy to get a full-powered Eruption against it. If that had Drought, that would have probably nearly taken it out, which is unfortunate. And now we've got Ampharos going for the Power Gem, outspeeding me. And I've got max health. I take that pretty well considering. Going for another Eruption, hoping I can take it out if it doesn't have Rest or Scum like that. And I do. Man, I was I was kind of worried about Ampharos because it's very, very bulky on the special side, right? And I already used up my Doduo and, you know, my Tangler Endeavor and things like that. So the next Pokemon we got is the Glaceon. I'm thinking, is it going to use Water Pulse or something like that? Z Water Pulse. And however, it's going to go for a Hail instead. So I was like, oh, I know what's going on here. I detect Scum, like Bright Powder, Snow Cloak, and stuff like that. So I went for Eruption again. I've got no choice to go for that. It actually lands, which is good, and does some thumping damage to Glaceon, almost taking it out. Glaceon is gonna get, he's gonna hit me with a tail. I've got leftovers, gonna like heal it up like real quick, which is nice. So I was thinking, okay, it either doesn't have Water Pulse, it's gonna go for Blizzard. It's got Blizzard. It didn't really have too much of an answer for me. I guess it was thinking maybe they could dodge the attacks and then finish me off with a Blizzard. So go for a weak Eruption anyway on the Glaceon, and it is just enough to take it out, which is good. So all we got left is that Absol. Now, Absol is a pretty scary Pokemon. I'm thinking that, one, they could be Choice. They could be Choice Banded or Choice Scarf. One, I'm thinking, I had the feeling it could be Choice. I wasn't sure, but I had a little feeling. I had a little suspicion. You know, you have like a gut feeling about something. That's how that's what I was thinking this battle. All right, so we got a little bit of pressure on the Torkoal. I'm no way going to live the next attack, and it's going to be Night Slash. It's like, okay, I've got Blastoise, but if Blastoise gets critted, that could be bad. I've got Regigigas too, which has Thunder Wave. We got to slow this boy down. You know, we got to get that Thunder Wave up. We got to get that Confuse Ray. So I'm going to see what sort of damage we're going to be able to dish out with the big Blastoise here. So we got the Absol going for the Night Slash here. Got to watch out for that crit. That's doing a lot of damage. The next crit will actually take me out. I went for the Brine instead of the Water Spout. Brine does some impressive damage, and Absol is going to get hit by the house. But however, the next hit from the crit on Night Slash will actually take me out. So I thought, okay, I've got to play it smart here, people. I've got to go into Regigigas and get a Thunder Wave off, because if I lose that and this is out to like meme me out with the you know, the Crush Grip or whatever like that, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. So I got hit by the Night Slash again. It doesn't do a lot of damage. So the idea here is we're going to go for the Thunder Wave and see if we can take out the Absol with the Crush Grip. So I'm going to take another Night Slash there, getting the Thunder Wave off, which is good. So my Blastoise will be able to actually outspeed the Absol coming in, which is very, very important there. Now, you know, when I battle people, I always think of like a couple of steps in advance. Like if they've got like a meme item or something like a move like that, which could actually like really mess me up. So I'm going to do the next attack there, and I'm going to eat that Iapa Berry. Man, it was good. Going to rub my tummy after that. And we're going to go for the Confuse Ray. So we got the Parafusion on the Absol. Now, the thing about this is I've got the slow start off, so I'm actually still getting outsped at the moment. I was hoping I could get the big boys act together and then give old Absol a good Crush Grip. All right, so Absol's going to go for a Night Slash again on my Regigigas. I didn't have a lot of actually success with like Parafusion on this Regigigas set, which sucked. Anyway, so I'm going to grab the Absol, and it lived on 1 health. Oh, no. Oh, no. So I was hoping it would actually hit itself, but it's going to go for another Night Slash, and then it's going to take the big boy out. There's nothing I could have done there, people. I get credit. I knew it was going to happen eventually, but the main important thing now is Absol is paralyzed. I can bring in my my Blastoise and go for a Brine or a Water Spout, and that, my friends, is game. Hope you enjoyed both these battles. This is actually a really, really fun team to use. If you learned something new, if you found it entertaining, it was fun to watch, please drop a like on the video. I'd appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.